Now she might be dropping behind. Ashley picking up the pace, and yes, she is going to take it. Patricia knocked out, and Indonesia get another athlete.
Look at that look at that reaction from the crowd.
That's the shot I wanted to see. So cool, and the kids are out there loving every moment of it. It's a wonderful climbing environment to be in right now.
Oh, it's the country of speed climbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed that when the brushers in between rounds knew the beta to the speed wall.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. And look at this again.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just this atmosphere, this party vibe that is fantastic to see. They're hanging out on the grass. There's the drinks are flowing. The food is out there, and it's just a special place to be.
The environment's amazing. And I was sitting out there watching qualifying, and the little kids knew the beta. They were climbing along with them, cheering, screaming. It was amazing.
And we should talk about this, because Indonesia has a reputation for being one of the world's best speed climbing nations.
Yes.
They put money into it, but boy, they train hard, don't they?
They train so hard. And I mean, like, we're talking about money, they still train outside.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
On a 4-lane speed wall. Now, this is the results. These are the athletes who have made it through the first round. And remember, in the quarterfinals, it's still knockout at this point. Until we get up to the semi-finals, that's where we will decide if they go into the gold medal race or the bronze medal race. So all pressure on. Right, we will reset here, turn our attention to the men, and Rafe, look, we've got to talk about Sam Watson. I don't want to overhype that man, but he is the world record holder. Yes. But he is up against, of course, Leonardo Vedrick, who is in the mix as well. Although, I think Leonardo is struggling with a bit of a finger injury at the moment.
Yes.
Grabbed it in qualifying.
Interesting. I have seen Leonardo struggle with the new beta switch that is coming around. The big skip at the top, which I'll point out in a replay with the men, it's a big reach for the Indonesian men. They're not as tall as Sam or, you know, other U.S. or the Europeans. And so there's a lot of airtime, which is very tough for them. And they're not as dominant as we used to see back in, 2023.
It's true. They're having to fight pretty hard to keep up with this new beta. And a couple of others we should mention. Hirihori Iltisian down in the middle. Medal for him last, his first in Wujiang. Could have taken the gold as well if things had gone differently.
Could have. Yes. I'm very close with him, so I'm happy to see him succeeding.
Yeah, very nice chap, isn't he? Right, Kermel Katabin up against the giant of a man in Pierre Ribriol. Such a different in sizes. I mean, Rafe, how much, I know you talked about the difference in beta. Does size make that much of a difference?
To a limit, yes. I mean, we have the bigger end of the spectrum. We have Ludovico, which is he's 6'2", or 186 centimeters.
Yep.
It's just, it matters, but when you're small like Kiramal, your power to weight ratio is perfect.
That's a very good point.
He has very little muscle, but to his weight, it's easy. Yeah.
Well, the crowd are loving Kiramal because he's a bit of a hero to them. The chanting starts, but they're so respectful as well. The whole place stays silent for the starters' orders. So here we go. Kermel Katabin looks up. 4.75. This is a 5.18. Well, the noise starts as Kermel explodes. Pierre's keeping with him, but no, he's not anymore. Kermel accelerates to 4.92, sub-5.
Unbelievable. And he makes it look like it's a walk in the park. 4.9, yeah, last year was amazing, and now everyone's just doing it. Wow.
Yeah, becoming under 5 is, it's something that, as you say, everyone seems to be doing it. Yeah. And it's unbelievable how the game has changed over the last couple of years.
Yeah, everyone keeps asking me, why don't we change the route? And I keep saying, we just keep getting faster.
I would kind of hate it if the route was changed, honestly. Like, I like the fact you're shaving off microseconds in
If we pointed out, the angle changed, I was going to point out this top skip that it's been so controversial because many athletes like Zach Hammer, who ran 4.9 in Wujiang, he doesn't do this new skip, and he's still doing very well, but Sam pioneered it back in the day and is now, crushing world records with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so interesting, and I know Beta Talk is everyone's conversation.
Yeah.
Right, Jingao Long on the left, the Chinese legend again. He was performing very well in Wujiang, but up against Amir Maimuratov on the right. 2 Olympians here on stage with us. As they get themselves
This will be a tight race.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm excited by this. So here we go. And that's perfect descent. Our auto belay devices keeping the athletes safe in the background. Great to have them re-signed on as one of our major sponsors here. So here we go. Look at the PBs, nothing to call between these two. It's going to be a tight one, and immediately it's absolutely neck and neck. I cannot call this. Now I can. Amir with a huge slip, and Jinga will move forward. Such a shame.
It's such a shame. And Jinga had a hesitation in the top section there. Amir could have taken it, but it's the humidity, Matt. I can see it on the shoes. I can just see it how the athletes are climbing. They're not trusting the friction.
So when you're talking about humidity, and you said friction.
Yes.
You mean because the sweat's on your fingers, so that makes you slide a little bit more?
The moisture in the air can stick to your rubber, and it just, bam, popped. Huh. We're using such small margins in speed climbing, every little thing matters. And if you look at the Chinese, they purposely put chalk on their shoes.
Yeah, exactly that. That's certainly different, isn't it? Because you don't often see that in lead and bouldering. They're cleaning the chalk off. Yeah. So here we go, next race. It's going to be Safi Robbie from Indonesia as the crowd start again. And then Shakwa Chow from China on the left-hand side.
That Indonesian crowd is relentless. They will be yelling all night.
Heck yeah, long may it last.
Very little difference in PB. This will be a pretty close race.
Yeah, 4.99 to his sub-5 for Cho over on the left-hand side.
0.1 difference.
Yeah, very close.
Wow.
Ready?
So Chow is fast, but Robbie is way faster off the line. And now Chow comes back. Unbelievable middle section from him. How did he do that?
I have no clue. I mean, he had a little shaky of a start there, but his middle and his top was flawless. The acceleration.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. His legs just started to pump there.
This is why China's so good. Their field is so deep.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. He was behind here, and then something happened in that middle part, and just the power through the top.
5.03 with a stutter is very, very, very good. I'm ashamed to say, Matt, that is my PR exactly.
No. Well, you need to get back out there. Clearly, he's doing it again. Forget retirement, mate. Right, last week's silver medalist, Hirihori Titian over on the left-hand side. Rio Amasa on the right, and Rio Amasa, again, is just absolutely on fire at the moment.
A staple of the speed climbing world.
Yeah, it is indeed great to see Japan coming through with those high-quality speed climbers here. So here we go, our Bali officials, and thank you to the volunteers who are making it really fun to be part of this event, actually. There's a smile on everyone's faces, it's great. But right now, full attention here, sub-5 PBs for both athletes.
0.01 difference.
Oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be good. Here we go. Hirihori very fast off the blocks, but look at Rio on the right-hand side. Can Hirihori pull him in? It doesn't look like it. Rio takes it pretty comfortably at the end.
Very comfortably. Rio had more gas in the tank, I think. But Hirihori, he's a great athlete. Oh, it looks like reaction time went. Wow. Hirihori had a slower reaction time.
So talk to me about that reaction time, because you obviously trying to get as close to the buzzer as possible.
Yes, but at the same time, it's a dangerous game. You know it's a DQ, and so false starting is the worst noise ever. And so a lot of athletes time the ready with a sway at the start.
Yeah.
Samuel Watson's very well known for it. And here we are, Samuel Watson, world record holder.
Yeah, here we are, Samuel Watson. Sam runs on. He'll be on the left-hand side. There's the kick that he's famous for. But he's up against Beknut on the right-hand side.
A very, very fast Kazakh athlete. Yeah. They have a training routine that is just undoable for most of us. The Kazakhs train so hard.
In terms of what? Just the intensity?
Yeah, yeah. I've hung out with them, and they're just different.
Okay, this is good. So Beckner on the right, Sam on the left. Here we go. And Sam didn't have the result he would have wanted in Wujiang. He told me he doesn't really care about records. He just wants medals at the moment. He didn't manage to get that in Wujiang. So he walks forward on his heels, prepares himself. Important race here.
Ready?
Sam underway. He's a little behind at the moment. Needs to find something now. He maybe starts to pull it back. This could be close, but eventually Sam with a 4.8. It wasn't as close as it looked.
Wow, was not close. I mean, his top section, like we said, it's just, it's unstoppable. And that 4.8 looked very easy for Sam. I think he's got more gas later in the tank.
I can hear Sam Watson's dad, Ray, screaming, as he always does out in the audience, handing out the bracelets. Right, this was Sam, and you're right about the top. Can we see this skip here? No, it was a bit lower down.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sam Watson back. It was very consistent in Wujiang until it went wrong.
Yes.
So I'm just nervous.
I'm always nervous. My best friend of many years. It's more stressful watching him than competing.
Exactly, we can't do anything about it, can we?
Just sit here and twiddle our thumbs.
Yeah. So, Shuto Fujino on the right-hand side, Yaroslav Tkac on the left. A little chat with Yaroslav in the ISO. He was looking super relaxed, as he always is at the moment, actually. He seems to have found a new sort of peace with his climbing, which is interesting.
The climbers are very lucked out with the cloud today.
It's been good, yeah. I mean, honestly, earlier on, everyone, you have no idea. It's been just a sweat fest.
Yeah.
But everyone's in the same conditions. We're in Bali, it's part of it, and we are on a tropical island, so we'll take that one. So slight pause now. I think there might be
a bit of a technical issue.
Bit of a technical issue, yeah. We've got the no, marks are called now. So after that pause, we're underway. Yaroslav on the left. Fujino on the right-hand side. Here we go.
Ready?
Bit of a hesitation from Yaroslav. He's going to have to find something now. Shuto is quicker. Can Yaroslav find it? No. I think that was lost in the first couple of seconds.
Yeah, it was lost in the start. Look at Shuto. He is the happiest man on the planet.
Shuto will progress. And Yaroslav, the second he touched that pad, he knew. We'll have to see a replay of exactly what happened. But to me, there was it just didn't get off the start very quickly.
Yeah. No, I see the new piece that Yaroslav has found, because he looks very calm and happy with his life.
You can't really see it on that replay. Maybe I imagined it.
This is the big skip I'm talking about. Shuto on the right he skipped a hold that Yaroslav used, and some say it's much faster, and some say it's too much airtime.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess if you're in the air, you're not going fast on the wall.
No, there's no acceleration when you're not touching the wall.
I never thought. It's like, so I followed down mountain biking a lot, and you scrub jumps. You want to go as low as possible, so you get the wheels back on, get pedaling again. And it's the same thing with
speed climbing. As many points of friction as you can have is beneficial.
Rahajita Nusamsa on the left-hand side of your screen. Seshwan Chi on the right. As the helicopters buzz the tower in the background. And the noise just steps up again. And look at him muttering to himself. Now this man, he looks fairly unassuming on the left, but have a look at his PB, sub-5, and this boy has the most amazing pace in those legs.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right, underway. Look at this. This is that acceleration I talked about. He's absolutely flying at the moment, and he takes it easily with 1.9.
You said it. Those legs. Yeah. He is just explosive. Wow, that was a hell of a race.
4.9. 4.9, very fast times. Again, we're seeing so many sub times here, sub 5 times.
Matt, you remember last year, 4.9 was rare.
Yes, it was.
We've had 5 or 6 so far.
Yeah, it's the game has changed, and you need to keep up with it.
Yes, it's hard.
And the crowd were enjoying every second of that as the flags wave in the background. Okay, final race for the men before we move on to the quarterfinals. As you can see, the clouds have come in. It's still warm out there, but it is a bit of a relief for our athletes. There is a bit of rain forecasted tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. But right now, the Olympic champion is on Vedrik Leonardo on the left-hand side. But he's up against a very tall, powerful man, Konstantin Pavlenko on the right. But really, Vedrik will get it. It's all about his finger injury. He was grabbing that, I think it was right hand in pain during qualies.
Yeah, and I've heard that these holds seem to be a little bit sharp in the angle, and so if you have a tendon or a pulley injury, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, there are subtle differences, aren't there, between the holds, even though they look
micro differences that no one will know unless it's these guys.
So here we go. The Olympic champion will be running.
Ready?
So Vedrik very, very, very fast, and Konstantin with a huge swip opens the door for Vedrik. Forget about a finger injury. He's just gone just over 5 seconds.
I mean, when you have as much experience as him, a finger injury won't hold you back.
Plus adrenaline, you know, and he won't be climbing through something that's too serious.
Yeah, I see him. I just saw him flexing that finger. Yeah, he's definitely struggling with something there.
Yes, it's all right to forget about it in the moment. Afterwards, the pain can kick in.
Yeah. If you watch the Vedrik on the left, you see this big skip that he just did. It's a lot of air time for him, and I think it's definitely hindering him a little bit, because we saw last year where he was running unbelievably well. I think that new beta is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than he thought.
Yes, yeah, I've heard that too, struggling with a few of these changes here. Okay, everyone, we will reset and go again. More knockout time as the pressure is heaped upon the athletes' shoulders. This is the men's results as we move forward. Indonesia and China featuring heavily a certain Sam Watson and Fujino in the middle there. the outliers to that in a matter, of course. So it's going to be very interesting to see which ones progress through. And really, it's all about this round, isn't it? Because after this, you do get a chance to run again.
Yes. This is an important round of 8. I would say it's, the second most important. The other ones being the big and small final. So it's make or break.
Yeah, like gold medal and bronze medal races you can see down on the far right-hand side. That's the ultimate aim for the athletes. And these are the 8 for the women. Big names in there as well. Miroslav, the Olympic champion, up against the world champion in our first race. So that's going to be a good one.
That's a race.
Yep. And then again, Korea, Jimin just so impressive. Love watching her climb in the middle. Her teammate Song gets through as well. And of course, the big Indonesian presence. Okay, everyone. Well, as we skim over the waves, the surf break that's just outside of this stadium, we understand really how special this place is.
Yeah.
I love being in Jakarta, but this is different kind of Indonesia.
This is, beautiful Indonesia, refreshing. And after this, we can go tan on the beach.
I've got some work to do. I don't know about you. You're a retired athlete.
I'll go tan on the beach. Maybe go for a surf.
Okay, so here we go. Olympic champion versus world champion. Alexander Miroslav with a little smile on her face. We saw her change her tactic after Bern, where she was knocked out. She went from very serious to kind of having more fun in row.
Yes. Yeah. Something I should have looked into, but.
I've just turned the dial down on my microphone because the sound from the crowd is becoming overwhelming here. It's so cool to be part of. So Alexander on the left, the world record holder. Desek Madre on the right, close to that world record. Here we go.
Ready?
Well, Desek is faster. Alexander, can she do something about it? She's going to have to find something. Desek's going to take this. Alexander is beaten. No, she's not beaten. Rafe just not. What a comeback that was.
Unbelievable. I'm going to need to see a replay. I was watching one, then the next, and the next, and the one. And I don't know what happened, actually.
I thought she was done, in all honesty. I'd already started my spiel about the second time she'd been knocked out, and then somehow Alexandra fought back at the top. There must have been a slip from Desek. Let's see it again.
There had to be.
Look, she was so quick at the beginning.
Very quick. Tied neck and neck. Miroslav's behind now.
Yeah.
And slip. We slipped.
Oh,
wow.
Twice, a double one.
Oh, no.
And look, Alexander knows what she just got away with something there.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully, because you have to have a little bit of luck in speed climbing. You've got to roll the dice.
Absolutely. It's a game of chance.
Yeah.
How hard are you willing to try, and how lucky are you willing to get?
Oh, I've actually got goosebumps.
Me too. That was an unbelievable race.
Okay, so Jimin there, looking good on the left-hand side. Lee Jung-daeng looking very serious on the right. Yeah, she's got a fantastic smile and personality outside of this, but on the mat, she is pure business.
Oh, and a warrior going to war.
So here we go. Both athletes approach every race is high consequence here.
Ready?
Underway then, and it's hard to call. They're both very similar. Now Jung-daeng slightly ahead. No, it's another slip. Jimin will take it. What an entertaining race this is.
Jung-daeng had a dry fire in the middle there, which is just, a little bit too much moisture, or your skin's a little too glassy. And it just popped off a hold, and that cost her the race, and the comp maybe. But
yeah, I'm loving this. I mean, it's not going to be the cleanest of finals. We know conditions are tricky, but I don't care. I'm loving this.
Oh, fun races are better than fast races, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a good round. Jimin cleaning the sweat immediately on her shorts there. It's sweaty out there. Right, Yafai is out on the left-hand side of your screen. And she's up against Song on the right-hand side. So Korea versus China.
Representing China, we have Zhou Yafei. And also from Korea, we have Suk.
And Suk there, reclimbing in the air, just practicing the route. She would have done it 100,000s of times in practice, but you just want to remind yourself.
So many times, man. So many times.
Yeah, it's repetition. It's work in the gym. And then you have to go out and put it all on the line for a few seconds and come away a hero. Will be lying in bed at night thinking of what could have been. Here we go. Yafai's out on the left. Song on the right. It's good for both. Sung is slightly behind though, and Zhao is really picking up the pace here. But hang on, there's a little bit of a hesitation.
Wow. That was a hesitation. I think she caught her in the peripheral and got a little nervous that she was closer than she thought. it's one of the hardest things to not do. Wow, that crowd is going crazy. But it's hard to not do, but it's important to not look at the athlete next to you.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, isn't it? I mean, yeah, let's see this again. I mean, she was ahead there.
Yeah, but you see the glance. She glanced, she got nervous, she pushed a little too hard, and you just overshoot by half an inch and stutter or slip. So, double Indonesia. The crowd will love this one.
This is going to be spectacular here. Okay, Susan versus Ashley as we come into the last of the women's quarterfinals here. And if I was the crowd, I'd be in raptures right now. Who do you cheer for? It doesn't matter. You're just going to scream anyone up.
Yeah. Just yell at the wall and support your nation.
So here we go. Susan on the left-hand side, Ashley on the right-hand side of your screen. The two teammates will climb together, and the PBs, Susan behind, Ashley technically faster.
Ready?
So here we go, who's going to take this? Ashley is ahead at the moment, as we'd expect, and she's running away with this. In fact, and yeah, Susan drops out, Susan goes, Ashley moves forward. And it was a pretty formulaic race, that one.
Yeah, that was just standard procedure, I think. I mean, she did a routine, she did her run, and she crushed it. And the crowd loved it, so she did her job well.
She did. Ashley Caddick will move forward into the next round. And we will reset here as we watch a replay of this. Yeah, she started accelerating at the beginning, it just pulled away, and it was done early on in that one, bar the mistakes.
And then I think a fall.
Yeah, there.
A fall.
Big
Wow.
slip there, missing one of the smaller footholds.
Yeah, it's so easy.
There are 20 big holds, 11 small ones on the wall, and the athletes can use them in any order they want, theoretically. But of course, there is different beta as you weave your way through.
Yeah. So many holds, so many ways to do it, and we've narrowed it down to 2.
For now.
For now. You never know.
Yeah.
But as we've seen last season, we found a new way, and the whole field switched.
Yeah.
So.
And does that get discussed? Like, is there sort of athletes groups where you're like, have you seen Bob's new beta then?
Yeah. Oh, the amount of Instagram reels shared across platforms and then things trying to kept in secret. And yeah, it's very much a game of what beta is the best at the time. And there's a lot of conversations at the gym of maybe we should do this one, maybe not. We'll try it. Let's compare. Yeah.
Well, Miroslav there, she gave us a little interview. She's saying that she felt better than she did a week ago. She was struggling inside and fighting all the time, but now she feels okay, on point, and enjoying this competition. And, you know, yes, she did get a little bit lucky maybe in the round before, but you need that, and that confidence perhaps helping create that luck. You know, if you're feeling good, you perform well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you're as good as you are inside, so it's tough to compete well when you're not too happy.
So nice to hear her coming back strong for this race. Okay, so this is the men's quarterfinals. Indonesia will be versus China, and then Japan versus China, America versus Japan, and the Indonesian teammates will run again. And that is going to be a very quick race down the bottom. We'll talk more about that when we get to it.
Rahajati and Leonardo. That is a very, very quick race.
Very quick, so we'll chat about that. But a couple of races to go first of all. And the athletes are waiting in the gate now. The crowd are leaning forward in expectation. And we are progressing through this final. So here we go. As a late afternoon settles into the stadium here.
Feeling a cool breeze coming through, which is lovely.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Jingguao Long on the right-hand side, Caramel Katabin on the left-hand side. Hard to tell, such different styles, such different body shapes here as well.
It's amazing to see that two very, very different athletes can dominate the same game.
So here we go, Kermel mutters to himself, a last deep breath from him. So we wait, the silence here, you can hear a pin drop. Well, both are going to be neck and neck all the way. Kermel maybe coming back at him now, what can Long do? It's going to be Kermel's though in the air with a 4.8.
Wow. That was a very fast race, 4.8, 4.8. And this just seems to be normal nowadays, Matt. And Kirmal, I have to say, he's becoming one of the favorites for this year.
Yeah.
He is dominating. Without fault, he's making 4.8 look easy.
I would agree with you, they're hugging on stage right now, but it's an unfortunate race for Long. It was really up against it. I mean, anyone else, he probably would have walked away with that victory, but not to be tonight.
It's tough going against Kiramal.
Yes, is it? Shuzhuang Shuao on the right-hand side. Oh, left-hand side, sorry, of your screen. Rio Amasa on the right. Chao versus Amasa. Chuda will prepare himself, and Rio Amasa as well. You can see our Trango sponsor as well. They provide all the quick draws, rope, safety equipment, harnesses, and those bags, which are new to this competition, are being used just to tidy up the speed stage, which is quite lovely.
Yes, lovely. There's a lot of wires out there.
That was, by the way, a PB for Long. So, you know,
wow.
The fact he ran a PB, still got knocked out, is pretty impressive from Kermel. Here we go. Chu is fast. Rio is faster though at the moment. Can he hold it together though? It's going to be very close, but he does with a sub-5. And look at that, 4.9s for both, and a PB again on the right-hand side.
And that was one in the air right there. Wow, Rio with a very quick reaction time. 1:05. If you get .09, disqualified. Instant loss.
Yep.
That is cutting it very close.
Yeah, he rolled the dice there, and it did work out for him.
Absolutely. But that's the risk you have to take in these big finals, especially with, you know, the margins being so small between athletes. Oh, the emotion.
We have the champion, we have the world records.
It's great to see it. Samuel Watson and Shuto up next.
Right, Sam Watson on. Shuto runs around him over to the right.
The signature kick.
Love that kick.
Man, I remember when it was invented, so.
Yeah, the habit that will become a very famous habit. And you can see there's Olympic rings on his right shoulder.
2024, Paris Games.
Yeah, what a competition that was. I was there watching, and it was just special. But Sam Watson, you just feel that the pressure stacks up. I mean, I always feel guilty talking about him so much, but you know, you have to. He is the world record holder.
Yes, you have to talk about the world record holder, but I think there's a little bit of disadvantage for him because being in the position of you're going to win is way harder than the underdog.
Absolutely. Mental game from him. So Sam Watson on the left. So here we go. It's good from both. Looks a little better from Sam down low, and look at this as he goes high. It's going to be Sam. A 4.76, so close to that world record.
Wow. Oh, he's so disappointed that he did world record there. Oh, that's amazing.
That's about as close as you could possibly get to a world record, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Yeah, very close. Shuto's just grinning ear to ear that he was even there.
Yeah, Shuto was beaten soundly though. Sam Watson just looked better than that first run. It's like he seemed more settled with the run.
He looks refreshed after Wu Zheng. Wu Zheng looked tough for him.
Yeah, I would agree. And you know, I'm one of the people putting a camera in Sam Watson's face, you know, and he's always gives me his time, and I respect that hugely because he's told me before that he wants to promote speed climbing. That's what he cares about, and it's pretty impressive from him. Anyway, two very quick Indonesian athletes here. Samsa versus Leonardo Vedrik here. And Nero Samsa was part of the first ever sub-5 race back in Chamonix, where he was up against Maliono, and they both went 4.97 and 4.98. So there's history there as well. So Vedrik with his eyes closed on the right. Can he put the pain of that finger injury to one side again?
PB of 4.75, that is very, very fast.
Yeah, and up against a 4.95 on the left. Well, this is going to be lightning. Vedrik, though, is behind at the moment. Nura Samsa is going to take this. Nura Samsa, the underdog, maybe beats Vedrik.
And another sub-5 race for both athletes. The field here is unbelievable. And I was hearing complaints from the athletes about the wall and qualities. Not to, you know, air anyone out, but wow, they are just blitzing through this.
Yes, there's a warm-up wall out back for the athletes. There is a kind of a speed wall set up where there's very different parts of the speed wall behind the wall. But yes, I think it's always, when you turn up at a new venue, you've got to sort of figure it out, you know, and that was a part of that, I think.
Yeah, it's a homologated wall, so everything's the same to the millimeter, but conditions are not. Yeah. You know, competing from Chamonix to here, it's very different. Chamonix is lovely, you know, Swiss air, French air, forgive me, and in the mountain cold, but here is 70% humidity, sweaty, you know.
It's different, isn't it?
Tropical.
And I like the different conditions as well.
Yes.
By the way, it was a PB for Nura Samsa there as well, so PB running against Vedrik, so very impressive from him.
Comp PB, there's so many. This field is just getting so fast, man.
It's getting a bit silly.
It's getting silly.
I think we need to just put maybe one shoe each or something. You know,
Yeah.
slow things down a little.
Yeah, no more chalk.
God, they'd hate me for that. Right, we're going to have the presentation of the athletes now. They will enter the stage again and say hello, and the Indonesian athletes for sure will be enjoying that moment. And as we check one more time, this is the women's results here. It's going to be Miroslav versus Shimijon for the first semi-final, Zhao versus Kadek for the second. And it's not a knockout anymore, so although the winner will move forward to the gold medal race, the loser will get to race again in the bronze medal race. And tell us, Rafe, like, is this a moment where you can sort of breathe a little bit? At least you know that, you know, you're going to have another chance.
Unfortunately, no. Because the worst place to be is in that bronze medal race, what I've been referring to as the small final. I've personally been in a small final in a couple competitions, you know, Youth Worlds for one, and it is the most tense moment of your life because you either go home as the guy that was remembered in third place, or you go home as forgotten. Yeah. And that is heartbreaking. So you are fighting.
Emotional here, right?
You are. I know. I've been that fourth place, so I know. So being in a place where you're fighting for a guaranteed medal or the possibility of nothing again is brutal.
And we're watching here the IFSC Vice President. There he is, Kobe, on the left-hand side of your screen. And I think it's the head of the Indonesian Federation there in the middle as well. So lovely to see celebrities out in the audience. In what it looks like very good VIP seats, as you'd expect.
Yeah. I think our seats are better, Matt.
They are definitely well. We are sitting, by the way, right by the speed wall. We have our curtain open. We're looking at it. We've got our screen in front of us, and that is the backdrop for this competition.
A beautiful island. Peninsula off of Nusa in Bali. I don't know if you've explored Bali much, but if you have time, Matt, I'd go up north. It's beautiful.
Yes, we unfortunately have a little bit of work to do at the moment. And talking about that work, actually, please go and check out the World Climbing Club. It's a free-to-watch show on YouTube. Not only do we have all the highlights, we've also got behind-the-scenes footage. We went to a local gym. We went down to a beach and went bouldering the other day, which was fantastic. So there's lots of content free to watch on that. Now, this is our top 8. And, Rafe, I mean, looking down the list of names here, this is some of the world's best out on stage.
Big names on the stage tonight. I mean, nothing you wouldn't expect, but it is a stacked field.
It really is. And look at this. And it's actually nice to just watch people's faces during this. And Sam looks very relaxed down on the right.
It's not his first rodeo.
No, it is not. He's done this before. And listen to that.
There we are.
Wow. You can see with that shot as our drone pans over top the reaction from the crowd. And a bit super chill from him, looking very peaceful.
Yeah. For these big names, they've been here so many times that it doesn't make them nervous anymore. It's just part of routine. But I'm sure what's hindering them right now is they're all in their dress gear, which is long sleeves and hoodies, and that has got to be horrible.
And from Indonesia, we have
Nusa. Up he goes. He just got a PB in order to get to this stage. And then the world record holder next, Sam Watson in the grey of the USA.
From Japan, we have Rio Omasa.
Oh, sorry, I've skipped ahead of myself here. Rio Omasa. Are the athletes out of order? What's going on?
I believe we've fallen behind.
Right. They leave.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Done. So the athletes will leave the stage.
It's okay, we've given Sam too much airtime already.
Oh, yeah, we don't need to talk about it. Okay, so the
hoodie's off instantly.
Yes, exactly. Now, talk to me about this next moment. What are you doing when you walk back off the stage?
So for most of them, they are very warm. They're warm, they're ready, they're limber. They're going to take some deep breaths. I know Sam's going to do his breathing routine. The Indonesians like to continue moving. They're very used to this temperature, so you're going to go back and they're going to do some runs and some jumps and some pull-ups and get some water and just reset the mind. No matter what happened next race, or the last race, you have another race ahead of you. And you have to reset. If you slipped, that's even harder. If you crushed it, there's more pressure to crush it again.
And it's easy to say, put it behind you, right? You know, it's something you hear from psychologists, like, let it go.
Yeah.
Not easy to do that.
Oh, it's very hard. Because our brains are logical creatures, and we go, what happened last time? That's what's going to happen again. And for being an athlete, that's a horrible place to be, because you know it's not true. You know you can do better. But what happened last time is what's going to happen again. And if you slipped, you know, like one of the athletes, it's going to be really hard to recover from that.
We can see the Japanese team down in the middle there. lovely to see the athletes. I know there's quite a few lead athletes here as well. In fact, we can see some of them in front.
I love the camaraderie between disciplines. It's unique. Not every team has it. So it's good to see when the disciplines cross over.
All right, here we go then. Alexandra Miroslav on the left-hand side, Jiminjong on the right. And Alexandra, you know, we know how consistent she is, but she has had quite a few moments recently where it hasn't gone to plan.
I mean, she was considered the GOAT. I'd say still is considered the GOAT, but she's only human.
Yep, she is. She's still looking chill. I had a little chat with her earlier on. She travels with her husband and trainer. And here we go then. Alexandra on the left. She needs to dig deep here. Fight some demons that might be ticking away in the back of her brain. And Jiminjong got nothing to lose at this point. Might as well go for it, and they're underway, and Jiminjong is immediately ahead. Look at this. Can Alexandra find something at the top? Oh, she can, but she was again behind. But a 6.417, again, close to a world record there.
Very close. She's back. She's back in consistency. She's having a great time. And she's so happy to be here, and I just love to see that. Because I hate to watch athletes lose love for the game, like myself. So.
Oh, mate, you lost love for the game?
No, we're coming back now, but I had to take my year off.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
No one ever talks about how hard it is, and I think, you know, there needs to be acceptable to take some time off and look at yourself and go, am I happy? And I love that Miroslav did that so publicly, because that definitely lit a fire in me to go, am I happy? And I think more athletes need to be okay with going, maybe I'm not. Let's step away. There's a lot of pressure to go.
And allowing yourself that time to step away.
Yeah.
I guess for mental health and things like that, that's also a good thing to do.
It's very important. I feel like it's a little neglected when you're in such a tight game. And I'm just so happy to see that her and Yaroslav are talking about it.
All right, so here we go. Next race. Go fight Zhao on the left-hand side, and listen to the reaction of Ashley Kadek on the right. Breathing deep there. True perfect descent, belay across her face. And here we go. It's so exciting listening to this crowd and just watching these athletes a couple of meters away from us. Here we go. Well, it's very fast. The crowd's screaming Ashley on, but she pauses and hesitates. Hang on, she comes back though. This could be Ashley's. Can she keep it together in the end? No, she can't. No. Oh, that had a bit of everything, right?
That was the most tense. We were back and forth on our chairs for that one.
Yeah, I was rocking back and forth with that one. I thought Ashley had lost it, though she had it. Oh.
I don't know what happened. I think Ashley had a little stutter at the top. I think she got a little ahead of herself. Let's look at this replay.
Yeah, let's see again. There was the first slip. We thought she was done.
Slip.
Slip on the left, and then look, way ahead at this point. What happened?
I don't know. I think she knew she was winning, saw the green lights in her head, and stuttered.
And, you know, as well, Yafe just couldn't believe it when she got to the top. You know, she must have seen how far behind she was.
Oh, it's impossible not to see in your peripheral when you look up and the athlete's ahead of you.
I tell you what, I need to sue the IFSC. My heart rate's gone through the roof. I need surgery. This is stressful stuff in the commentary box, and I hope you're enjoying it at home too, because what a final this is so far. Okay, so time to switch our attention over to the men now, as we look at the confirmation of the women's results. So it'll be Miroslava Zhao in the final. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Can Alexandra come back from that disappointment in Wujiang with a gold? She's guaranteed silver. And Jiminjong or Kadek will Indonesia take their first medal of the speed competition.
Yeah.
Sun coming out a little bit as we can see the blue sky now.
That is an unsettling feeling for those athletes, I'm sure, because it is hot.
It is. Right, Kamal Katabin, Rio Amasa for our first semi-finals race. Sam Watson and Nura Samsa on our second race for the semi-finals.
There is no predicting, Matt.
I tried. I was about to. I saw you think that I was about to, but I am not going to do it.
I mean, of course we have a favorite, but we're in the margins of so small. And
you have a favourite. I am very neutral here. Rafe is Team USA athlete. I think I know who he's cheering for.
Kirimal.
Of course. But see, now you're going to go out and your teammates are going to kill you. You're playing a dangerous game, Rafe. Dangerous game. Okay, well, we wait, and there are the athletes. So, Rio Amasa on the left, Kamal Katabin on the right. And both athletes adjusting that pad. You can move it around to wherever you like. It's been pretty flawless so far in terms of the organisation for this event. Very smooth.
Yeah, not a hiccup in sight. It's great to see. Happy the volunteers are doing a great job. And, you know, being so willing to spend their day standing on a very, very hot stage.
Yep. Okay. Wow, the crowd again for Kermel. Kermel having to take a lot of deep breaths here. You can imagine trying to slow that heart rate down, not get too stressed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ready?
Kermel Cantabit is very fast off the blocks, and he's... Oh no, it's a huge slip for the hometown favourite. Rio Amasa will take it. Rio progresses. Oh, I mean, that was a risk, right?
That was absolutely a risk. He went fast. Oh, there's the crowd going crazy again. And, I mean, he took a risk. He slipped. He'll have another opportunity, like you said, to go for that bronze medal, make the podium, but that's heartbreaking.
You could see the disappointment in his eyes there as he found his coach, I think.
Wow.
It was a big one from him.
And he was flying. Yeah. He was flying. But
because the athletes are not looking, it's not like you look at your feet when you're doing this.
No. I mean, every athlete out here knows this wall like the back of their hand. I mean, me and Sam play a little game back in the day where we blindfold ourselves and climb.
How fast did you do it?
I mean, I can say Samuel Watson's done it unbelievably fast.
Okay.
But I've done it in 7 seconds.
That's pretty damn fast too.
Yeah.
I think I spy some future content coming through. So there is Sam Watson. He's on the left. Whack of the wall with the right hand. That's a bit new as well.
That is new.
Hajita Nurasamsa on the right-hand side, who is looking good today. You would not count that man out. And look at that, determination from him.
I love how they talk to their coach just on the side of the stage. It's such a relationship that I envy.
So here we go.
This was a tense race. My heart is pounding.
Yeah, this is a big one. No false starts, that's good. Sam a little bit ahead. Nurasamsa hesitates and he drops out, slips again. Sam Watson takes it. 4.67 world record.
4.67.
A world record for Sam Watson.
Unbelievable.
Unreal from Sam as he celebrates out there. That is incredible from the man from the USA.
That's what he's been looking for. And wow, 4.67, Matt.
Well, that magic barrier is smashed again by the world record holder, and Sam Watson celebrates on stage.
Wow, and his coach, Albert Oke, is sprinting for a hug.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unbelievable out there. Crazy stuff. And everyone, the cameras were grabbed by so many people there. Crazy, crazy stuff.
I know we said we won't give him a lot of airtime, but I think we have to keep talking about Sam because he's just dominating the field. 4.67. I mean, look at that. He is so happy.
Yeah, that was unbelievable from Sam Watson. So, so cool to see the world record from him. And both of us just sort of grabbed each other in the commentary box because that was it was unexpected.
It was very unexpected. I didn't think he was going to keep pushing like he did. But I think he felt it, that he had a world record in him, and he just kept firing, which is risky.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted it in Wujiang. That was the whole conversation. And he's just broken it in the sweatiest, the worst friction we've ever had conditions.
He's just, broken the world record in, 30 degrees Celsius, 80% humidity, and some definitely unideal travel situations I've heard of. So it's just unbelievable, the resilience to run a 4.6. Oh, my goodness.
Well, and also, Rio Amasa has only ever won bronze, so it's his first best ever result, whatever happens for him as well.
Wow. Well, he's got a tough race ahead of him.
Yes, he does indeed. So Sam Watson is on for the double here, the potential world record and gold medal. And yes, I am going to overhype that to death because Sam Watson can handle the pressure, clearly. And he can't hear me. So it's all good.
If he's watching, stop watching, Sam.
Yes, Sam, pull yourself together. Okay, I have to calm myself down. That really was a special moment in sport, that one, as Sam smashes the world record. Well, we will prepare ourselves here for the last couple of races, the gold medal race and the bronze medal race coming up. And as our camera pans round, we see it just one more time. This is the confirmation for the women.
It's been a fun final, and we have 2 more amazing races left. Women's has been very, very exciting. A lot of slips, a lot of recoveries, a couple upsets, but we seem to have a very stacked top 4.
Yeah, you got to say, another comeback for Alexandra, and she's so good at doing that. You know, my heart went out for her in Wujiang in the same way as it did in Bern. You know, you feel for her. Everything is on display.
Yes, you can see the emotion in their eyes, no matter how hard they try and, you know, cover it up. And Miroslav's always been one of my favorite athletes to watch since I was a little kid, so it's been really fun to see her, you know, fall in love with the game again.
Yeah, unreal stuff. Well,
and also Zhou Yafei from China.
So we wait here as the audiences are announced, so the athletes are announced again.
I think this is a break for mandatory rest, because when we get to a bracket this small, we could just go run back to back to back to back. You would only get a minute or so of rest.
Yeah.
I believe the IFSC standard is 5.5 minutes.
Yes. So we're going to watch this world record one more time here because of this mandatory rest. We will get a chance to see it again. So he caught us all unawares, did Sam Watson. Perfection once more. This was the start. Explosive. Talk us through this, Rafe.
Let's talk about it. Yes, so, I mean, Sam's middle section is unbelievable. This is the top I'm talking about. He skips that left hand. He goes straight through. And Sam, something that he talks about a lot is he never looks down. And this top section is where a lot of athletes look down, and he looks straight at that pad. And he just drives through his left foot and got what he wanted.
And that reaction from Sam just said it all.
Wow. He's been wanting this for a long time. I mean, I was on the phone with him after Wujiang, and he was very disappointed about not medaling, and especially not getting world record, because in training it's been daily.
Yeah, he's been in it consistently, hasn't he, in training? All right, well, time for the women's bronze medal race. Forgot what I was saying there. So Ximin Zhuang versus Ashley Kadek. Now, obviously, this crowd will want Ashley to win this, but Ximin Zhuang has been so good recently.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Had an amazing calm. Just had a little slip up last run. But the home favorite with the home crowd, it's an energy that may carry her to the top and get that bronze. Like I said, this is the worst race to be part of. It is an awful feeling. I know where their head's at, and so there's going to be tears tonight, and there's going to be a lot of smiles. So.
And also to remind everyone, this is Ashley's first ever World Cup. So could she medal her first ever World Cup? Whatever, she has a bright future ahead of her here.
Very bright.
But Ximin Zhuang, really, this should be her. She's dealt with the pressure like this before. Let's see. Ximin Zhuang, it was a very delayed reaction from Ashley, but oh, this is a very weird race. Ximin Zhuang, no, she's not going to take it. Ashley will take the first medal, and the crowd go unbelievably mad.
Ashley, I mean, that was amazing. We were on the edge of our seats the entire time, with a slip and then a recovery, and the tears of joy.
Yeah, pure emotion there. I mean, she's looked out at the crowd who have gone berserk out there. Look at the celebrations. There are people hugging each other in the audience, and Ashley just in tears out on stage, and as you should. That is just wonderful to see.
It's so great to see the young athletes coming up and medaling like this. I mean, the emotion is just palpable.
I'm feeling it here, honestly, because to see that, you know, the hours she's put in and to turn up in front of your home crowd in Bali, of all places.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's heartwarming.
God, your sport is good, Rafe. It really is. Let's see it again then, because it was back and forth. She was very slow at the beginning. Ximin Zhuang had it. She'd won this race.
It was in the bag for her.
Then that moment. And Ashley looked down. She saw what was happening.
She did. Wow.
And then look at that.
The reaction of the crowd. I mean, that warmed everyone's hearts.
And Sam Watson's dad there in tears in the middle there as well. He knew what he was seeing.
Ray Watson is a great character to watch in the crowd.
Right, okay. Rafe, let's pull our stuff together here, because here we go again.
Yeah, wipe the tears off.
Yeah, honestly, I got a little emotional there. Yeah. Okay, so Karamil Katabin on the right-hand side. Is he on the right? No, he's not. He's on the left. And then Rajit Nasamsa on the right-hand side. The crowd pick up their volume once more here. The chanting that's going on.
It's amazing. It's an energy I've never seen.
This is very, very special. Here we go. Karamil Katabin on the left. Rajajiti Nurasamsa on the right.
Ready?
Katabin is faster off the blocks. Can Noah Samson pull something back? Katabin slips. Noah Samson now pulls ahead. Noah Samson falls and Katabin takes it.
Very good race. I mean, that was anyone's game. Noah Samson could have had it because Kiramal stuttered a little bit at the top there. He was looking very dangerously close to that world record. I mean, the pace on him. But it's all in the top section now. And I think Kiramal's very happy. The home crowd is always happy. There was no losers for them in this one. But
there really wasn't. That's where it is won and lost. And what a moment as they hug each other, the two teammates.
Yep. Happy to see Kiramal back in some podiums.
Yeah, he used all of his experience there because he did have a moment.
Yep.
And had to pull it back. Look there, and he was a bit behind coming into the top.
But 4-8-1. We're saying behind.
Yeah.
Like it's slow.
Yeah, exactly. That's because I'm just so used to the pace at the moment. Right, gold medal race then as we get underway. Alexandra Miroslav comes onto the left. She's up against Yifei Zhao on the right-hand side. Another big race and a big moment here. So, Alexandra had to fight back as she's done before in her career here. She picked herself up from Wujiang. Just a couple of days to recover. She came to Bali fairly early, spent some time relaxing here. Now she's up against Zhao for the gold medal.
The favorite. I'll be so happy to see a gold medal from her.
Let's see if she can
try
do
not
it.
to be biased.
No, it's fine. Let's see what she can do. Zhao, though, very strong competitive, 6.39 PB. Up she goes. Zhao slightly ahead at the bottom. Can Alexandra pull it back? Zhao drops out of shot, and Alexandra Miroslav will take the gold medal with a 6.37, and she cannot believe that either. What a comeback for her.
I'm a happy man now. That was a heartwarming final for the women. And 6-3 is no slouch. That was a beautiful run as well. That was not given to her. Absolutely earned. I love to see it.
Well, she celebrates at the top. This was the race. It was smooth all the way. Zhao pushed her hard, though, but that moment, and you knew the race was done. And Miroslav is not going to drop the top.
Yep. No.
Not in that position.
Never. And also, if she did, she would have time. Because, I mean, that was a devastating slip from Zhao. And we've all done it. We've all over-gripped and stuttered. And that's a very tough place to slip. It's hard to recover.
Well, here we go. Final race of tonight. The new world record holder, having beaten his own world record, Sam Watson, is going for gold here. But Rio Amasa is very good and could very easily take this. And it's a PB for him, whatever happens.
Yes. And also, I mean, racing Sam, you're chasing someone, PBs are bound to happen. And anything can happen. We saw Sam and Wujiang were just a little stutter, and it just cost you the race. So.
Well, here we go, everyone. If Sam can do it, it will be the double world record in gold. If Rio can do it, it will be the upset of the year so far.
And his first gold.
And his first gold, exactly. Yeah. So whatever record's hit.
Wow, 4, 6, 7.
I've just taken a deep breath. I hope you are at home. Let's hold your breath for the next 5 seconds. This could be lightning.
Ready?
No, it's a full start for Rio, I think.
Wow, yes. Yeah, Rio so full started.
Sam Watson then will take the gold medal.
Wow, gold medalist and a world record in a comp. That's beautiful.
Gold for Sam Watson.
Sam is going to do another run.
Why not, eh? You're allowed to do this, everyone.
He can shoot for the world record. He's won.
Look, we know this is unlikely, but why not? And Sam Watson's got nothing to lose here in this moment.
Absolutely. Nothing to lose. If he breaks the world record again, man, I think I'm going to jump over this table.
You can do that. You're absolutely allowed. You have a pass. You can run on stage. Yeah. Right, Sam, well, actually, maybe don't do that. Right, Sam Watson takes a deep breath. This is basically for the world record and a victory lap, whatever happens. Can he smash it for the second time here today? The gold medal's in his pocket. The world record has been completed. Can he do it for a second time? Sam Watson. It's no full start, and it is fast. Our camera can't keep up with him as he powers through the middle section. Let's keep an eye on the top, and it's a 6.48.
Oh my goodness! Another world
record for Sam. He breaks it for a second time in a row. That is one of the greatest sporting moments that I have ever witnessed.
That is unbelievable. With just the pressure of the world on him, solo out there, and he runs another world record, and I believe that is a personal record even in training, man.
Sam Watson is undoubtedly the greatest male speed athlete that has stepped onto the stage. That man deserves every accolade that is coming to him.
Wow. That is, I'm speechless, man. I'm absolutely speechless.
I hyped that. I had absolutely did not think he was going to do it.
I love Sam to death. I had zero faith.
Yeah,
in
zero
another
faith. To
workout.
pull that out the bag, you know, he just run half the speed. He just started it off. That is unbelievable stuff. And I get to go and interview him in a second, which I cannot wait for. Wow. Well, we are going to have the flower ceremony. Rafe jumping into Albert Oak's arms, his coach, by the way. I can just see that off screen. Let's watch this again from Sam. He powered off the blocks, pure control. He even had a bobble in the middle. He might have gone faster and then stopped it. That is, I have run out of words, Rafe. It's just not happening.
I'm absolutely speechless. I mean, he's getting close to a human limit. I don't know. He keeps pushing, and I keep saying, well, we're close, but he keeps pushing. So to see Sam do a 4.64 is unbelievable.
The athletes are walking past us in the commentary box, looking at me and shaking their heads in disbelief. There is Sam in the audience, just surrounded by people. I mean, his night tonight, if that man doesn't go out for a bit of a party, there is something severely wrong with him.
Do not worry. I will drag him out,
You
Matt.
better, Rafe. You better. Well, look, Rafe, I think you should go and celebrate with
Absolutely.
Sam, because thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Right, well, Rafe will go and celebrate with his teammates, and we will... But, wow, that really is a special moment. I mean, I've witnessed a few things in my very privileged position here in the commentary box, but that was up there with the top 3 things I've ever seen. What a performance from Sam Watson, but congratulations to everyone else. Of course, we have got other medals we gave away. Alexander Miroslav taking that other gold medal. A full start, but who cares in that final? Sam Watson just turned it around, pulled himself together, and wow. Double world records for him. Incredible stuff. But we'll have flower ceremony to come. And my cameraman, Leo, who does the World Climbing Clubs, just walks across. He is shaking his head in disbelief. The camera teams can't believe it. I can't believe it. To pull that out of the bag, 2 world records in 1 competition and a gold. Crazy. Okay, everyone. Well, the flower ceremony is done. I'm going to leave you with these shots and go and find a certain Sam Watson down in the front, and of course Alexander Miroslav for our winners' interviews. I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes, everyone.
And of course,
our gold medalists representing Poland. Everyone, please give applause to Alexander Miroslav. Yes, congratulations to all winners for the IFSC World Cup Bali 2025. Nanti masih ada upacara penghormatan pemenangnya lagi, jadi please dan kawan-kawan. Dan sekarang kita akan sambut untuk men's winner IFSC World Cup Bali 2025. Yes. Indonesia bisa bawa pulang 2 perunggu kali ini di IFSC World Cup Bali 2025.
okay, so we can see so many happy faces behind the stage right now. We are waiting for the medalists of the speed climbing for men at the IFSC World Cup Bali 2025. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful occasion, please welcome the medalists for the IFSC Speed Climbing World Cup Bali 2025. Representing Indonesia, we have Kiromal Katibi. And also representing Japan for the silver medal, we have Rio Omasa. And the world record holders, and also the winner of the IFSC World Cup Bali 2025, representing United States of America, please welcome Samuel Watson.
Yes, congratulations once again to all winners and And once again, Samuel Wenson bringing new world record here with 4.644. Yes, thank you to all winners.
Congratulations, gold medalist. Hope you have a great time during the season of 2025. And of course, during your stay here at Bali, really hope that you have a good time. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have to remind you that tomorrow we're going to have a semi-final and also final for the lead discipline for the IFSC Climbing World Cup Bali 2025.
World Cup Bali 2025. Kita masih menunggu untuk victory ceremony yang nanti hadiahnya akan diserahkan langsung oleh Wakil Menteri Pemuda dan Olahraga Indonesia bersama dengan Ketua dari IFSC juga Ketua Umum FPTI.